Yes, I do have my own yellow gate. So this video might be titled, "What in the hell was I thinking?" I am one of the lucky or unlucky people, depending on how you think of it, to be accepted into the 2025 Barkley Fall Classic. So I'm just getting started on my short course training run this morning. And yeah, a lot of people wonder, what was I thinking, knowing that I'm 71 years old. I'll be 72 when I toe the line. But that's okay. There's no hill for a climber. No pun intended. There will be some hills. I understand that. I just got started. I live less than a mile down there, probably 250 foot vert to here. And I'm lucky enough to have kind of a wilderness area right beside where I live with some good vertical up and down. And today I'm going to just show a little tour of my short course run that I do oftentimes before I go to work each day. And just give you a short look at what I'm doing. This course is about just under 4 miles and just under 800 foot vert. I have several variations that get longer than that. But what I'm at, right where I'm at mentally and physically, is it's December and we're not running until September 20th. It's my time of the year to maintain fitness, try not to balloon up to 260 pounds again, and get in shape enough to train hard a little later down the road and hit the trails. And so right now, this is my nice short course. It's sort of like running on a treadmill. It's not very long, but there are some good ups and downs. So I'll give you a short tour. And also, I'm considering making a series about my training, about my equipment, and whatever I want to throw in there, and publishing something like once a week. If you're watching this and you think I ought to do that, give me a comment. That'll be encouraging for me. So here I go. Forgot to say in my intro that as you watch this video, and if you have an opinion, I sure would appreciate it. So if you give me a comment and tell me what you think my odds are of completing the Barkley Fall Classic, that'd be terrific. Heck, you can say, don't think he'll show up. You can say he'll DNF right away. You can say he'll do a short finish of the Barkley Marathon, and you can say that I think he'll make it. So, or you can give me any other opinion you want. Training tips would be good if you're somebody who has done the Barkley Fall Classic. So, without further ado, I better head down the trail. Again, I'm really lucky to have this so close to my house. A lot of people think that old 71-year-old shouldn't be out running here without a Garmin of some sort to push the SOS button, but I'm not far from home. They'll find me if I break my leg. My wife knows to not panic until I don't show up for a while. But yeah, this is a beautiful course. Happy to have it. What I'm doing now is I just went up the first hill that you saw. Now I'm heading down there, and then I'm going to go up the next vertical gain. Here comes the next incline. And if I wasn't going to do this add-on loop that I go get the other pretty good incline, I'd be continuing up. But I'm going to shortcut it and go into what I call the Barkley Valley or the Barkley training ground. So I will give you a tour of that shortly. But if I wasn't going into the Barkley training ground, I'd be ending up on top of that hill, which here, and on the way back I'll end up on the top of that hill. So right in here, if I'm doing a short loop, real short loop, I just go up to the top of the hill. Now I'm going into what I labeled the Barkley Valley, I guess. So I'm going to go down in here and do some training. This would be about as good a time as any to mention that if you don't know what the Barkley Fall Classic is, I'll put some links to some other folks' videos in the link below, especially a couple of them that inspired me to give this madness a whirl. Here we go. Cool. The light dusting of snow, although I've been here hundreds and hundreds of times, has just showed me another option for another trail to explore, as well as some, you know, kind of commando off-trail stuff over there. But that must be a deer trail there. That's what I follow a lot. I'll definitely be checking it out maybe later today, but today I'm giving a tour of my normal loop. We'll see how close I stay on task. Here we go again. It's great fun. If anybody is wondering, it's about, I don't know, 23 degrees out, no wind. That's fantastic. Light dusting of snow. And we're heading into the training ground. I'll bet it's slippery here today. That's okay. This section's pretty roly-poly. The hill behind me and what I'll be finishing later on, and the one I'm coming up to are not so much. And those of you that have been in the Barkley Fall Classic, if you want to give me any tips, that'd be terrific. There's a good chance to talk where I have less chance of nose planting it. This is really a cool little area considering it's really close to my house. Also, a thought is that, I think I mentioned it earlier, but what this is all about is staying in shape in the winter. And then when I get closer to where I need to push it harder, I'll take my days off and get up into the Black Hills, and the trail running in the Black Hills is endless. So I'm lucky in that respect too. But boy, this doesn't suck for basically being, oh, crying out loud, mile and a half from my back door. How lucky of a guy am I? We're going to get up here to a little more challenging stuff in a little bit here. But I just have to show how nice this area is. And I hardly ever see anybody else out here. Not even another human's footprint. Maybe a couple of deer. And you never know, maybe a mountain lion. That could be a mountain lion right there. Sure could be. At this intersection, I can go up to the top, or I can go to the left and go around and end up in the same spot and come down this trail. When I have a choice, I almost always go clockwise, and there's some folks out there that'll understand why I would do that. But I almost always go clockwise. So we're heading down into here. It's going to start becoming more interesting. Although it hasn't been boring so far, I hope. And if you watch this video to this point, wow, I thank you. If you subscribe, I really thank you. And if you share my video with other morons and Barkley virgins like I am, I also am appreciative of that. So, it's getting to the point where I better pay a little bit of attention. This little section's pretty easy. It's gonna get real, not hard, just where I could break my ankle, which wouldn't be a good thing. One of these days, not today, one of these days I'm gonna try to peruse up that. And if a week or so ago, I almost fell off of that from the top, but that's another story. Yeah, baby. Feeling good today. Yesterday, not so much. I struggle a little bit with aching body in the winter, and a little thing that I say to myself when things get tough for whatever reason, and I'm gonna make a whole video about this later, is that, you know, if your body hurts, your knees ache, you're old, it's cold out, the cat has diarrhea, whatever it might be, what I tell myself is the Barkley doesn't care. Okay, we're going up there now, so I'm going to shut the camera off for a bit. Let's show the angle of the dangle here. I realize it sounds like I'm puffing and huffing like an old man. That's because I sort of am. Almost went over backwards. Oh well, won't be the first time. Wow, look at this beats the treadmill, all the hell. Down there's where I came from. All right, let's push this. Almost biffed in the last step. Whew. Okay, we're about to go down now. Should I stop here just a second? One day in my training adventures, I started down there, climbed, boulder scrambled those rocks, scrambled up to there, and when I got to there, I thought, boy, what in the hell are you doing? But I somehow made it up to there, and all the way to the top, and then came back around. That was challenging. You're using arms and legs to get up that. So now we're going down this. And I'm usually pretty cautious on the downs with the slippery slope, a lot of loose rock. So I'm pretty cautious there. I'd rather not set my own personal record and pull off coming back to run another day. That's what my wife and I always tell each other when we climb 14ers or things like Cloud Peak, that if for some reason it's time to turn around, the mountain will still be there. But if you go up to the top and you get electrocuted by lightning, you won't still be there. So here's an interest of shiny rock, or ho, squirrel. That's my personal joke. Here's a deer trail. Let's see if it'll show up. Going all the way across there, don't know where it's going. And there's one going up to where I came from. One of these days I'm going to make a video about me trying to peruse that. But for today, we're showing my normal, everyday course. Oh, see, there we go. Earlier when I said I about fell off that cliff, that happened right here. I almost did it again. I caught a loose rock and I was on my back sliding down that hill, dug my heels in and didn't go off the cliff and came back up. So I know you were wondering if I was going to live or not. Well, I did. Okay, right here's where I went that way, and this is where I came from. Normally I'd just go back and then go up my other hill, but since today I do not have to go to work, I have extra time available. I also do a thing called a double-double, a double-triple. The double-double is when I go do this loop again. A double-triple is where I go and do the other hill twice. And a double-triple is where I do this loop 3 times, and then I go do the other hill 3 times. So I'm going to shut the camera off. You already saw this. I'll turn it back on when I get back to something a little more original. You've seen all this. I filmed way too much, I know. But here we go. I'm going to go on my second loop. Okay, I'm right back where I last filmed, where I decided to do another loop. It takes about 10 minutes to do that extra loop, but it has some good vert. And that's that hill I climbed up a couple weeks ago. Anyway, just came down here on my second loop. Now I'm going to go on and get my other hill 2 times, and then I'll be able to call it what I call a double-double. So we're going this way. Okay, just got up that pretty decent little hill there. Earlier in the video, this is where I was coming up and decided to go down to what I call the Barkley Training Valley, I guess. If I'm not going there, this is where I would have went. Now I'm going to go there. Actually, I'm going to go there twice because I'm doing a double-double today. And if I didn't say it before, a double-double, I don't know, adds up to about 8 miles at best. Yeah, but cool, it's about 1,100 vert. So that's what we're shooting for this time of year. I'm not going to put a lot of miles in. This part of the trail, as you can see, isn't very technical, but it does have a good angle to it. Still climbing. Top of the hills, just up to my right. Up there by the fence post. That's the turnaround. Almost there. When we get there, there'll be a pretty decent view. And pretty decent drop off. That house up there is massive. Came from down there, came up to here. There's the city and the lake. Earlier today, I ran down along the bottom and came up, went into the Barkley Valley, and then now up to here. Now, I'm going to peruse down there and go down there again, and then come up here again, and then I can head home. Should be a pretty good workout. working my way down so that I can go back up again. It's kind of my life story. Back here again. I can't remember. I usually think this is about a 5 or 6 minute hill. We'll see how I do today. First lap we went that way. This lap we're going this way. Okay, back at the top. 5.5 minutes. So about what I thought. Been faster and slower. Now we're basically just heading towards the house. Probably a couple miles to the house now. Just gonna pick up a couple of sites on the nice steady trail heading back towards town. Another view of the lake and the rock formations. And here's my last little uphill challenge before I basically coast on in. Coming back to civilization and my yellow gate. Yellow gate's right in there. Good workout today. Feel good about it. Considering it's really is the off season. There's the gate. Where all I really need to do is maintain fitness and maybe get a little better. As you can probably figure out, I'm back at the yellow gate. Here we are. So this should be the end of this video. Back at my yellow gate. I'm gonna go home here. It's about 8/10 of a mile. And I guess we'll conclude this video by saying what I always say on the Game Cave YouTube channel. It's out there, and let's go get it. This is what happened since I was gone. I guess they're gonna take down that big cottonwood over there. Hope I can go through here on